but we all thought it was a good idea to fly out of DCA with lots of guns on Inauguration Day. I knew that that was a terrible idea, so I got to the airport 4 hours early, and I'm glad that I did. Hey Guns Out Nation. Okay, so I know we were gonna play the season finale, but I wanted to jump in here. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Daniel, and I'm the videographer and editor of Guns Out. So I'm the guy running around behind the camera. And we were going to drop the season finale, but I thought it would be fun to hop in here and show a little bit of the behind the scenes and talk through the season. Like, we did so much amazing stuff, and we weren't even able to cram everything into all the episodes. So I wanted to go through all the episodes, talk about it, some laughs, some fun stuff, and go there. But before we go through it, I need to address the elephant in the room, this polo. Yes, it looks like I'm trying to sell you insurance, but John promised me he would get me a hoodie before the season ended, and here we are at the end of the season. So, John, I told you so. You weren't going to get it to me in time, but that's okay. I'm perfectly fine sitting here looking like I'm here to sell insurance. All right, season 1 was amazing with Guns Out. Now, truth be told, I didn't film the first 2 episodes of Guns Out, so I came in the 3rd episode, the AR-15 episode. So that is where we will start.
Yeah, I mean, you can hunt, competition shooting, home defense, multiple applications. Yeah. But the thing is, with all the misnomers about this rifle, I think we need to unpack. I think we need to talk to an expert and really just kind of like lay it all out.
Yeah, but can I finish?
Only if you promise it's going to make you better.
That's why I'm here.
But we've been here for like an hour.
John, let's go.
Okay,
let's
thanks.
go, man.
Yeah, so one of the big things is internally, there's a lot of extra parts when it comes to 3-round burst or full auto. So there's that side of things. But I mean, as far as accuracy and fun, they're not gonna be as accurate as your semi-auto. Right. The semi-autos, what that is when you pull the trigger straight to the rear, 1 round goes off.
Just like
you have
a pistol.
Just like a pistol. You have to let all the way off the trigger to then pull it to the rear again.
Right. So this episode was a lot of fun. I'm gonna be honest. We spent like 2 hours just filming that intro segment. It was a lot of fun. It was all over the place. Now, we spent about 30 to 45 minutes just filming the talking with no shooting, and then we did one more take with shooting at the end. John may or may not have been ready for that, so when we hit record and Michael sent off a round, John jumped, dropped his phone. It was hilarious. It was a lot of fun. Nice pump.
I didn't know he was shooting. I thought like you didn't have him on. I was about to freak out. Are you all right? No, I'm good. I didn't know we were shooting. Like, we did it like 18 times without you shooting. And all of a sudden, you goddamn blow my sight.
Clearly said, oh, and every time, he's like, cop. Asshole. You ready now?
Yo. So after the talking point, we went in to do like this competition, and one thing that we wanted to highlight in the show was we didn't just to be like a mag dump show where they don't really hit a target and they're not really challenging themselves. So we wanted to add physical shooting component in it because these guys can shoot. Like, Shermichael's been shooting competitions for a minute. Like, these guys know how to run a gun. So we put this competition in there. Unfortunately, John had his way with the edit, and it ended up like this.
Time, 3, 1, 1. Shoo!
Bingo!
Yeah, that's
Safety.
That's a tad bit faster. That's a tad bit faster.
Tad bit. Hey, listen.
I'm clear.
Hold on. No. Hey, give me this. I could do that better, okay?
Shooter, are you ready?
Ready!
Stand by. Show clear.
All right, so what's my time? Come on, what's the time?
$2.99.
I told you.
Yes, you beat him.
Shermichael, where you at, Shermichael?
Yes.
Where you at? What was it again?
$2.99.
209. Exactly.
$2.99.
Told you with your gun.
Really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So after the AR-15 episode, which went over really well, we went straight into shooting the Staccato episode. Now, a lot of people are saying this is just advertisements for Staccato. It is because they're really great guns, but like John and Shermichael, they bought these guns just because they love them. Like, they paid full price. Staccato didn't give us anything to produce this. They just loved Staccatos. Now, when we got out there, it was cold, y'all. It was really cold. I'm not going to say we didn't have any fun, but it was really cold. So after all the shooting montages and we did everything, as pretty much every episode goes, John and Shermichael got into a competition. And just to be clear, John won this. They got the floppers from Red Stitch Targets, I believe, but it didn't go over, so John did win.
No, definitely not 3-3. Definitely 4-2.
Let's get him on the camera here.
Yeah,
come over here,
Cheese.
Come over here.
Come on, hurry up,
Hurry
man.
up, hurry up. We gotta end this show.
So look, man, listen. At the end of the day, is it 3-3 or 4-2?
I'll say 3-3 because I did.
Oh, hell no!
Thank you.
Hell no!
Thank you.
You lying!
After we filmed the Staccato episode, we head out on our first trip to Vegas. Now, I'm not sure who planned this, but we all thought it was a good idea to fly out of DCA with lots of guns on Inauguration Day. I knew that was a terrible idea, so I got to the airport 4 hours early, and I'm glad that I did, because it was crazy. Shermichael got there really late, 2 hours early, and he actually ran into some issues, and I think they took some mags or took ammo or something like that, so he ran into a lot of issues. We finally made it to Vegas and started what was a very crazy week at Machine Gun Vegas. Indoors at Machine Gun Vegas, we headed out to go to the desert to do the rest of the big gun shooting. Where are we?
We're in Vegas. We're in Vegas right now. In the mountains, in the desert, in the bush. This is insane. Feels just like the mobile app, Sniper. Just like the mobile app.
What's your story?
Well, I was a soldier in the U.S. Army every day.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you for my service.
That was the flipped over one. There we go. All right. Las Vegas desert, guns out. Let's
You gonna
go.
stay here?
Huh?
You gonna stay here?
I was thinking about it.
You really?
Yeah.
All right, well, see you later. Bye.
All right.
So the Machine Gun Vegas episode was really cool. The problem that happened in Vegas, though, was we forgot that sleep was integral to functioning as a human being. Every time we finished something in Vegas, something popped up and we're like, yes, let's go do that. Grab some more Red Bulls and let's go. So as soon as we were done at Machine Gun Vegas, Roger from QVO Tactical hit us up and was like, we were talking back and forth, hey, can we stop by? He's like, yeah, we have to see, but we never really nailed it down. So like when we were leaving Machine Gun Vegas, Roger hit us up. He's like, hey guys, we're ready for you, can come over. We got some holsters for you. We're like, we need to sleep, but who cares? So after Machine Gun Vegas, we headed right over to QVO Tactical, hit up Roger, and we weren't able to put it in there, but we spent about 45 minutes just sitting there chilling, talking about Staccatos. Like, Roger, outside of the Staccato factory, Roger might have the coolest collection of Staccatos out there.
Yeah, I want a full window. Yeah. Like, I already think this shoots great. So to think that it could shoot even flatter, I don't think I really was flat that much.
The build quality of this man is just impeccable. And as you know, you will go through 50 million holsters
before you get the
find the
right
one. And I have a ton of them.
That was a big reason.
Roger, one of the highlights of Vegas. It was really, really cool. So we go to bed finally after a gazillion hours of filming, and the next day we were supposed to have just a chill, relaxed day, but it's Vegas. So the next day we do the John Bartolo show, and that's all we had planned for the day. Now, did it go that way? No, it didn't.
We're back with another episode of John Bartolo Show. Head over to www.johnbartoloshow.com. I got some special guests today. I'm excited about this. This is probably going to go a little long.
So once we're done filming with John Bartolo, we're sitting down, chilling out, and he's like, have you guys heard of Range 702? And we're like, Range 702? And then I think it was John is like, the Quadzilla! And we're like, what's a Quadzilla? So John Bartolo's like, oh, I know Chris Chansky over at Range 702. She's great. You guys have to go over there. And we're used to it by now. We're like, yes, Vegas, Red Bull, let's go. So we head over to Range 702, and the Range 702 episode wasn't even really planned. We were planning to do John Bartolo and then chilling out for the rest of the day, but we go over to Range 702 and we were able to film a whole nother episode. That might have been one of my favorite experiences out there, just because Chris is a phenomenal person. She is amazing, and the range is dope. But that so it's kind of hard to tell from the video, but the Quadzilla was the loudest gun we basically shot in Vegas. It was so loud. 4 ARs, no brakes, no comps, just straight blasting out there. It was super loud. So Range 702 is how we ended the day in Vegas, and by that time, we were just dead. We were super tired. So after the Vegas trip, we laid low, got a few episodes out, and then headed out to Houston. Now, that Houston trip was interesting. Now, not interesting like Vegas. Vegas was jam-packed. The Houston trip was interesting because I feel like Houston was trying to kill us. So you'll see more about it, but we went into Houston, I think, on the 11th, and that crazy snowstorm hit on the 13th. So we pretty much got the front end of all that mayhem. To start out our Houston trip, though, we had our ladies and women in the firearms industry, and that episode was really, really interesting.
Cutting the power lines, we're done talking about it. A spark turns into fire, and we're not sorry about it. If you're not sleeping tight, you know we're onto something. You hear the streets are crying, ocean turns into fighting.
So as we were recording, Jessica said, yep, so as kids we would go into the factory and ask for ammo and then turn it into jewelry. And I'm like, wait a minute. What factory lets kids go in there and get ammo? I came to find out that they are family to one of the largest ammo manufacturers in the world. They make ammo for people all over the world, and I'm like, oh, this makes sense now. That bullet, okay, that makes sense. So that was really cool to find out. We may have to do another episode of Guns Out just on them. After we were done and talking with them, they have a crazy, amazing story, and like Genghis, there was a lot more that they talked about that happened that we just couldn't fit in the video. So I'm making a list. That might have to be the next episode of Guns Out. After the Women in Firearms episode, Houston it took a turn for the worse. So after that, we went to film the U.S. Law Show. The first half of the day was great. We were inside, we were shooting with Emily and PJ Hermosa. We were talking about the different laws and guns and things like that. And then after that, their spokesperson, Liberty, was like, we're gonna go outside and shoot. Now keep in mind, this was one day before the huge ice storm hit, so it was like 30 degrees outside and freezing. They're like, we're gonna go outside to shoot. And we're like, is there not an indoor range we can go to? I don't wanna freeze to death. So we went out, and honestly, I'm really glad we did because we had a blast shooting. It was still really cold, but we had so much fun shooting.
That's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm talking about!
No. Just a few times, right?
So one thing that I had to highlight in this video was John bringing his red Panzer. John has carried his red Panzer with us all over the country trying to shoot this gun. He loved that Panzer so much. So the fact that he was finally able to shoot it, it warmed my heart because he has been trying to get everyone in the world to shoot his red Panzer. Like, if you DM John right now, can I shoot your red Panzer? He would probably take you to the range right now to go shoot his red Panzers.
Whoa!
Yeah, he took his time.
Woo!
You like that?
I like this one.
Yeah.
Hey, Christmas present? Our anniversary. Which one comes first?
So our last episode in Houston was Staccato, and that was probably the best time we had in the state. Like, they let us do so much there. Staccato, for those of you who don't know, they really don't let people into their facility to shoot and film, and so that was a really special thing for us to come in and do. One thing we didn't know when we got there were the Texas Rangers are actually supplied by Staccato for their firearms, and we didn't know that. And when we were there, the newest Texas Ranger that just came onto the force was actually there at the facility to pick up his Texas Ranger Staccato.
So it's a great pleasure to be here with my good friend Jesse. Jesse is a new Texas Ranger, and I'm proud to present him with his Texas Ranger Staccato 2011. Proud of you, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all for everything.
So it was really cool. We got to take pictures with him, got some video of him receiving his gun, and he was telling us about the history of the Texas Rangers and how they operate, the different things they do, and that was super cool and amazing. After the Texas Rangers, the trip pretty much went sideways after that because that crazy ice storm hit Texas. We were at Staccato at the end of the day, and the power actually got shut off at the facility. We were supposed to go shooting the next day, but their whole range got iced out. So we made the best of the situation. They actually had an indoor shipping container range where we did a lot of the shooting, and we finished off in a somewhat dark facility just to get it all finished off. And we had, I think, like a 2-hour drive back in the ice in Texas. Honestly, The ice wasn't the bad part. It was really the Texas drivers that was the bad part. They just, for reasons beyond my understanding, they refused to drive normal in ice. Because the outdoor range portion with Staccato got canceled, we had extra time the next day. So the gun club that we shot the women in Firearms, we went back there, Athena Gun Club. They were phenomenal. They treated us amazing. Like, if you were in Houston, check out Athena Gun Club. It's an amazing facility. And that was the season. So comment below what you guys thought about season 1 of Guns Out TV. What was your favorite part? What was your part that you wish was a little bit longer? Next week we are dropping the season finale of Guns Out, and it's a lot. I'm so excited for you guys to see it. It's gonna be really, really cool. They're not gonna care. Here's a sneak peek. Okay, that's all you get, that's all you get, no more. But make sure to tune in next week for the season finale of Guns Out.
Hey guys, so if you liked this video, like it, share it, comment, and also make sure you hit that notifications bell to be made aware of new and upcoming episodes.
All that stuff he just said, plus go over to GunsOutTV.com, check out the Guns Out store, and also we have a donate button. So if you want to help us out making new content all across the country, share a little love.
A little bit.
A little bit.
And make sure you follow us, guys, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay tuned to what we're doing, because there's a lot of exciting things that are coming your way, and we want to keep you guys up to date.
Also, sign up for our newsletter on our website. We give away stuff sometimes.
We do?
Well, you paying for it.
That's the way it is, guys.
Let's go.
And get some.
Good stuff.